So I actually loved art since childhood. I remember wanting to paint, and had a neighbor friend that did oil painting, and it was so intriguing to me. I was about 10 years old and wanted to try oil paint. So my parents bought me oil paint by number way back then, and that's when I first started painting. But after I retired is when I picked it back up. I actually helped take care of the two youngest grandchildren for a couple of years, and then started painting again about a year and a half ago. The master of all creativity, whatever your beliefs may be, for me it's God. So when I see his majesty, everything from the sky with the clouds, the hills, forms of water, lakes, rivers, the sea, that's what I try to recreate on a canvas. And I could spend the rest of my life trying to do that. Like our youngest granddaughter tells me, practice doesn't make you perfect, Nana. So it's just a matter of trying to recreate that realism. I like impressionist and realism style. I like to say that my artwork is comforting and peaceful and invite people into the scenery. This, of course, can be an exception. I've had some rather interesting responses to this, but where this came from is I am painting the Bible. So I started in the beginning of Genesis, and this is Satan, Lucifer, however you want to look at it. This is how I envision the snake that tempted Eve with the apple. So that's where that came from. My encouragement would be not to compare your efforts to others. Your creativity is just your way of expressing yourself through whatever form you prefer, whether it's oil, acrylic, watercolor, sculpture, weaving, dance, music, lots of styles of art. And it's about being able to express your thoughts that sometimes we can't find the words to do so. So it's not comparing yourself to others. It's not a competition. I actually prefer acrylics. I started out as an oil painter as a child, but I prefer acrylics because you can paint back over them. So when I make a mistake, it dries quickly. It's like, oops, that isn't where I wanted that to be. In a few minutes, you can just repaint over it. And I think I like that flexibility because I am a perfectionist, so it's easy, it's forgiving. It's a forgiving media. I think art is a way, like I mentioned, of expressing your feelings, and sometimes it's hard to put our fears, our sadness, our disappointment, all the things, the health issues, the racial injustice, everything that's happening in the world today. It's a way of expressing yourself and getting your feelings out that others can look at your art and maybe have a different perception than the artist, but they get a sense of inclusion. I like my paintings to give people a sense of peace or want to believe that it would transport them right into the scenery. So hopefully a sense of calmness. And I think that can be encouraging and comforting for people that are having a difficult time with all the terrible things that are going on in the world today. Art can be a business. You can't sell it, of course. But I had a great question presented to me by a friend several months ago when we could still all get together in a restaurant and eat. My best friend since kindergarten, her husband and my husband, we were all out to dinner. And Rob asked me, would you still paint even if it didn't sell? And I thought that was a very profound question. And my response was yes. So it can be profitable, and it can, buying picture or paintings or artwork from a collector's standpoint can be very comforting. If the item brings them joy, is worth it to them to spend the money. But for those of us that just want to create, it's okay for me if my artwork doesn't sell. I would still be painting. I love being a Blue Line artist member. I am welcomed here and accepted for just at the level my painting is at. They have classes that help us learn from other artists how to improve our skills. I just find it very friendly and inviting. It's close to home with free parking right next door, places to eat right in the vicinity, lots of activities right here in the old part of Roseville, and it's just easy for friends and family to come and visit as well. So I enjoy the relationships I've made here and the location, the convenience. And I saw the sign out front. We frequently go up and down the street, and I wondered, how do you get your art in an art gallery? Because I was new at this. And I walked in a little apprehensive, but no, I felt totally comfortable, answered all my questions, and made it very user-friendly and affordable. So for new artists to get started, I thought it was a great place to reach out.